My question is, did he ransack the house?
They so caught up in my pride, but don't know what's inside. I've been down and I've been up, still ain't giving up.
I got a question. My subscribers got a question, and we gonna figure this out today. What's up, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia, and I'm back with another video. We are coming up on the end of the year, and before Christmas, I have already got my gift of 2,000 subscribers. So I just want to take this time out to thank everybody for the support, and let's get into it. If you do not know who I am, my name is B Octavia. I am 23 years old and I'm from Washington, D.C. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Big Head Gary. And I'm also going to talk about Alpo. And if you haven't seen the other videos of me covering Alpo, figure out who he is from those videos and what he did from those videos. But in honor of my Big Head Gary video doing so well, occasionally people comment things that really make me think. And I'm going to put the comment up here because this person really had a really good point. And I'm like, hold on. You smart. And I can't take credit for that. You know what I'm saying? I can take credit for it being a comment on my channel, but you see what I'm saying. So, anyways, let's recap who Big Head Gary is and what my initial video was about so that y'all can, you know what I'm saying. My initial video on Big Head Gary was telling you guys that the situation that he was in was the ultimate betrayal. Now, Big Head Gary was a DC native from DC, like myself. And I felt like I had to speak on him because he was the trigger man for the murder of Rich Porter. But he got set up by Alpo, and Alpo is the one who got him to kill Rich Porter. So I say it's an ultimate betrayal because literally the same person who asked him to commit murder, he followed through with that, it was done, got him killed. So it's the ultimate betrayal because he didn't see it coming, knowing the type of person that Alpo was. I also stated that, in my opinion, just like Wayne Perry, Alpo was both of their demises. In separate ways, of course, because one is still here and the other is not. In both of their cases, dealing with Alpo is what led them to where they were. Now, that's not saying that Wayne Perry wouldn't still be locked up at this moment in time, but he probably wouldn't be locked up for life. Or I could be wrong. Alpo had a lot of evidence on Wayne Perry, and the police, knowing that Wayne Perry is the bigger fish, they're of course going to make it like this, where Alpo is out, Wayne Perry is in jail forever. So, and why I talk about Big Head Gary, why I talk about Rich Porter, why I talk about Alpo, is because I feel like people can learn not only what not to do, but the type of people not to associate with. You know what I'm saying? And if you see signs that a person has different motives than what they're telling you, then you shouldn't mess with that person. You know what I'm saying? And it could get you in Wayne Perry's position, and it could get you in Big Head Gary's position, you know? And I just feel like, especially being from here, I understand that. And I just want y'all to get that. You know what I'm saying? You come across people that seem cool in personality and everything like this, but you have no idea what a person is thinking. And especially if there is a lack of communication as far as feelings go. If you feel a certain type of way, you should speak on that. And if there is a argument, or if there is a heated situation, then just let it be that. But it don't have to go as far as setting somebody up. It don't have to go as far as none of that, because in the end and at the end of the day, 1, 2, 3 people lose their lives. they can't see their kids no more, you in jail for it, and you're in a position where you have to tell the police everything. That's just no way to live, or you on the run, you know, or dead. So, the comment goes a little like this. Well, verbatim, it goes like this. You know, they probably ransacked Gary's house after they killed him and got the $2 million that he had. Listen, everything and anything that's on your mind about any of the topics that I have, please speak on it, because stuff like this is very important. And one thing that y'all should know about Alpo, everything that he says has a point. And whether you realize it in that time or whether you realize it later on down the line, that's what I'm realizing. Everything that he says has a point, and it's not for nothing. So my question is, did he ransack the house? And it makes sense if he did. It makes sense if he took the money, because let me think. Yes, in every situation where a person was killed at the hands of Alpo, Rich Porter, he took the money. Then there's Andre, he took the money. Gary shot Andre because of some feelings about a woman. They took the money. And I'll put clips of what was said because I vividly remember that.
I had to deal with the kid Andre for about 270. Okay. About 270,000. This day he wanted some drugs. He was gonna kill him, but he knew not to tell me because I was gonna tell him, no, don't do that. So now I'm like, oh, Gary, what the hell? He's like, yo, man, the hell with that dude, man. He was this and that, disrespect. I said, all right. But in my mind, I'm saying, yeah, you right, because now I got the girl all to myself. So we killed two birds with one. I'm saying I'm gonna miss the money, but I got the girl now too. I got the 270 now. So I take the money. I said, man, what the hell? I take the money. He had a Rolex on. We left all that. I said, man, follow me in the car, man.
And then Gary's situation. And that's what I've said in other ones. There's always a deeper plot to it than he ever talks about. Since we are going to bring up facts, let's bring up more of the jail interview where he talked about nobody knew the type of money that he had.
5'2", real slim in the body and a real big head. Okay. But he was getting money, though. People didn't know he was getting money. At that time, he was probably holding about $1 million, $2 million, and people didn't know that he was holding like that. He was getting it. And
he also stated that both of them knew where each other laid their heads. So, and he said, in the event where one of them has to go, well, it's not going to be Alpo. So
we wasn't just business partners. I knew a lot of his business. I knew his family. He knew my family in D.C. and in New York. You know, I knew his son's mother. I knew where he laid his head. He knew where I laid my head sometimes. You know, I knew some of his stashes. He knew some of my stashes. We became real close. So, and he was also the one with me with Rich. Okay. So we had a lot of secrets on one another. Kid, no, he's just frustrated right now. And we had a lot of secrets on one another, and I always told them before this happened, I said, you know, we know so much about one another that if we was to ever get into any type of confusion or anything, one of us would have to leave. And I'm definitely not going back to New York because I'm getting money. So the only thing else is one of us will have to die. He was like, yo, I feel you, because we knew a lot about one another. So
I do believe, with that being said, that the place where Gary stayed was ransacked. And of course, this is pure speculation, but let's speculate. I mean, I understand the love for money. I understand the desire for money, but it don't have to go this far. And if you're already like in Andre's case, they were doing a business deal. So what's the point of killing them, taking the money, dumping them in this place? It's just really no point. And it really does seem like it's a desperation for money, but you drug dealing. So in my humble opinion, I feel like it's very possible. It's highly likely. And like I said, there's certain things that will not be talked about or will be talked about, but in the same way as Troy Reed did it. So somebody said, I was 14 when they killed Gary. Gary was found around Southeast, around there by Minnesota and Pennsylvania Ave. I'm glad niggas know what happened to Gary because niggas on my block on Minnesota Ave didn't know why Gary was dead around our hood. Niggas was shook. And niggas thought motherfuckers was going to kill everything that moves on our corner. No one has went to jail for Gary's murder, and that's foul. Killing a good dude that keeps you rich over some. She wasn't anyone's wife. I pray that all senseless murders stop going down in the black community. Now, this is why I love YouTube. You know, because it's people who actually knew who Big Head Gary was. And that's why I want to school people on not just who Big Head Gary is, but you need to know. Because whether it was to society a negative impact that he had as far as selling drugs and murdering people, you have to understand when money comes into play when you haven't had anything. And it's not an excuse, but it's reality. The desperation for money will drive you to do just about anything. And it's not about safety when you're thinking about X amount of dollars. It's not about your freedom when you're thinking about X amount of dollars. And it's not about you breathing. Like a lot of people, and it's just fucked up how even in today's time, a lot of people don't be knowing it's their last day. And especially if it's at the hands of somebody who they've done business with, who they call a friend, or, you know, somebody they cool with, somebody they've done stuff for. You just don't see that type of stuff coming. So if you have an inkling that you can't trust somebody or that person doesn't value others like you do, then don't associate with them. It doesn't matter how much money. That doesn't matter to me. A person's qualities, a person's spirit, a person's inner truth, a person's personality, that stuff can't go unnoticed. Because just as a person will hand you money to do something, they'll take your life. And that's just real. Another person says, did Big Head Gary snake Alpo first? Now, another thing that I want to speak on is a correction from the last video on Big Head Gary, the one that I'm doing the comments on, and that was that I said that Gary was in jail. That was my interpretation of how Alpo said it, and I did get corrected a couple of times, so correction. But did he snake him first? Now, telling somebody or talking shit about somebody to another person can be taken bad. I wouldn't take that lightly. I would approach the situation and be like, what's the problem? And we can talk about it. Like, I don't have a problem with that. Like, if I feel or I hear that somebody has said this about, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that. But he said something about the drug deal that was going on. And he said that he was also going to get in the middle of it and end Alpo. I guess that's what he said. Actually acting on that is another thing. But snaking him first, I feel like that would be actually getting in the middle of that drug deal and making it not happen. Did he do that? Talking about it is one thing, but did he do it? And people saying stuff like that is giving excuse to what Alpo did. Like, my thing is, Alpo said, it's either me or him to leave this city. Or to, you know what I'm saying, get out the way. And it's not going to be him. Well, why? This isn't your state. This isn't your area. You're a visitor. You're a, not foreigner, but you're a visitor here. You're a guest. The streets have no honor, dear, just bad karma. Now, like I said, he did say that he was going to end Alpo. But do you really think? No. Do you really think that if he was going to end Alpo, he had such a problem with Alpo? If he had such a problem with Alpo, why did he call Alpo when niggas was shooting at him? Why? And that's the thing. People in DC don't move like that. Literally, if we don't fuck with you to that point, to the point where we're going to do that, we're not going to call you for no help. And then to feel relaxed and sit there and, no, we don't do that. And a lot of people say he was going to get killed anyway. We don't know that. Yes, niggas was shooting at him and stuff, but it didn't hit him that time. So we don't know. So at the end of the day, yes, it is bad karma. The gun got turned around on him and he didn't expect it. But you can't make excuses for Alpo. You can't make excuses for the situation and say that that's not betrayal. And two, get killed not only in your own city, but by somebody who is from here too. I mean, it happens, sure. But for a person who is not from here to be in charge of that, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. So, the streets have no honor. They do. And we're not going to sit up here and say that everybody in the drug game don't have morals. We're not going to sit up here and say everybody in the drug game don't have honor. It's certain people that have honor. It's certain people that have that type of no snitching quality. That type of stand up. Like, don't get me wrong. I say what I say on Wayne Perry, but he ain't say nothing about nobody else. So, let's make something clear. Even though Alpo is out from what he did, what would you rather do? Be a stand-up person or tell on the people that was under you? The people that you paid to do what was done? Gary's house got ransacked. His money got took. It's crazy because, nigga, you could have had the motherfucker. You know how much money it take to bury somebody? Did you leave enough? Did you leave enough money in the house for him to get buried? Nice casket. Nice send-off. No? I didn't think so.